watch Joe Budden podcast, but what is the goal of podcasts?
It depends.
Like, y'all don't feel like a lot of people just be chatting?
Let me say this
Those
though,
are the
right?
podcast bros.
Again, this is some black shit. This is a very black conversation. And I mean that in the context that the world of podcasting is humongous. And the top podcasts, most of us don't even know who they are.
Right.
And when you start to pull back the layers, they're all kind of themed, the top ones.
Yeah.
Right? And they talk about a bunch of different shit.
Yeah.
The biggest podcast genre is murder mystery. Don't none of us know them people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in order for us to speak to our demographic, that's why podcast bros exist.
Yeah.
Because our demographic isn't elevating, which is a conversation we try to have in regards to elevating the entirety of the culture. And I'm not saying murder mystery makes you all bright and shit.
Yeah.
But my point is their theme, genre, it's a bunch of different shit. You can pick and choose. Right? I'm heavy, y'all know I'm into politics heavily.
Yeah.
I live and breathe all day long on political podcasts.
Yeah.
Most of which you're not gonna see too many black people in the comments. You know what I mean? Unless they're black-driven political podcasts. But then when black people popularize or try to do black podcasts, like I look at the numbers and they're not the same.
And I feel like, so I don't feel like Herman 2 falls under that category of a podcast bro as I would define it, which I haven't come up with a definition. Like, I know the purpose of this podcast is to, dissect the issues within the black culture and like come up with solutions and just figure out how to, it's to bring us together, right? And I feel like a lot of black podcasts, at least the clips I see, I guess, because I don't watch them.
Still challenge us to bring us together.
They seem like they separate us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's real divisive.
That's what I would kind of define like a podcast, bro. Is narrative that is divisive, right? So I don't feel like y'all do that. That's not the intent of the show, I don't think. Podcast bro. And so you think the show should have like themes or like a
it's
base,
not necessarily
right?
theme based. I think we should if we want to explore the brevity of the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, it's just like dude said on that one clip we brought in a while ago, it's like black businesses fail because they only have black customers. You know what I mean? But you got to think about how business works. That's why I always say you have to build community to build business. Problem with our community is that in large, we're operating at a very low frequency. So even in, you say the podcast bros, if you were born male, you'd be looking at the podcast women.
Podcast hosts.
Yes, them. I don't want to say it to offend nobody. And you feel the exact same way. Right? We could all scroll Instagram within 5 minutes, find girl, he ain't this, or
it's the same. Yeah,
it's the same energy because that's all we got to talk about. We talk about money and sex.
Yep.
Because that's all we have access to. I don't want to say that's all we have access to, but we got very limited interest because we're not elevating.
Make sure you watch her band too.
My nigga. Hey! Fucks with it.
You heard me?
Slap lazy.
We right. Fuck it.